Well, hello everyone, welcome back to Fire Emblem, the Dark Amulet mod by Vorgus, who is by all accounts a gentleman and a scholar and a connoisseur of fine women. Chapter 8, The Eldest Son. Things have been ramping up. Last chapter we went into this forbidden mine and found some frickin' monsters inside. We have yet to see monsters, but now that we have, we're probably gonna be seeing a lot more, but back to it, we still have a second battle to face between the brothers before we can share this proper news with our boss, so here we go. Commander Phoenix, Lord Fornis, it is a clear day, a fine morning, for a great victory. So you say? How fares the fighting so far? We held Fort Darkmoor until Zedard himself appeared. That beast he rides made a mess of things. From there, I led a retreat across the river. This is a fine defensive position. We can match evenly against Zedard's superior numbers. And what of Brago and Edric? My scouts say that the bandits are scattered. The moment Edric arrives, we begin the counterattack. So, the plan has worked, and Zedard is doomed? Battle is always a dice roll, but yes, our planning, at least, evened the odds. The field is yours, Phoenix. Let us capture my brother by nightfall. But heed me, Zedard is a clever fiend. He always has a trick up his sleeve. Oh, okay. For just a second the map was blurred, but here we go. We've arrived, and hopefully in time. Freya, what have you learned from the sky? Fornis' army has been pushed out from Fort Darkmoor, but they appear to have retreated in good order. Fornis and Phoenix hold the western bank of the river. That's a favorite tactic of my father's. He'll bait his foe to make a mistake by giving up ground. Then we've arrived just in time to reinforce. Edric, before we attack the fort, let's make sure we make contact with my father. We should fight as one coordinated army, and to do that, we'll need his leadership. Elise and the others distract themselves with battle. They won't even speak of what we saw underground. Patience, Shorn. Such an unnatural horror, we all deal with it in our own way. The time will come to set it right. What do you think, Captain? Should we ignore the fact that we saw monsters crawl out of the ground? No. But if Brago and Zedard are both part of the madness, then defeating Zedard here serves both ends. Come, Phoenix Blades. This will be our hardest battle yet. Stand together, and we will be victorious. Alright, so I would say that this is the equivalent of that level in Sacred Stones, where you end up going against that one general dude who is below Vaulter. Let's see, pick units. Yep, we got a bunch to pick from. Or maybe that Cavalier on the outside, but I think that general dude is closer. I don't think we need Harlan this time, and we don't need extra healing, so you guys, no. Freya, I think I do want. Because, you look at the map for a second here. This river, it's pretty much cutting across the entire middle of the map. So if I mean to visit this town, this village right here, Freya's the one to do it. Now there's another village over here that I think that I want to prioritize first because... Or do I want to split my forces? Normally splitting's a bad idea, but my playstyle in which I have a few elite units might be able to tip the battle view map. Oh, I was wondering why Elise was on the map, but apparently she's a Force character. I see. Damn it. Man, I got Nadia now. I don't want you anymore, Elise. Alright. Now, by the way, speaking of Nadia, I used a bunch of fires last time. And, I still got plenty to spare. Like, I'm very glad that I bought all those on that one map earlier. Yeah, I'm gonna need all of them. Oh, speaking of buying weapons, items, armory... Okay, so there's fire at 840, and I think, hang on a second, who's got that gem? There's like a red gem that somebody had. Oh, there's the barrier staff! You know what? I'm just sort of stumbling through my stuff right now, but I'm glad I found that. There we go. And, oh, he also has a chest key. Let's go ahead and give Julia both of them. Alright, list. It's gotta be in here somewhere. Yes, there's the red gem. Well, you know, you gotta keep up with these things. If you don't sell these red gems, it's gonna be like, well, how come I don't have any money? Oh, right. Okay, so speaking of stocking people with stuff, you're good to go, you're good to go, you're good to go, good. Okay, Gigachad needs an honest-to-God, just regular old lance. And Galen, I never bring him with me for anything, so let's go ahead and... Do I want to give him more vulneraries? Sure, why not? Gigachad never needs the vulneraries. Anyone else? I guess she should have an ordinary lance herself. That's already an Axe Reaver, so... Oh, what do I give you? I really don't have any ordinary lances. I really don't intend to use much of Freya, so having that one Frost Lance should be more than sufficient. Let's go ahead and, Nah, I'll just hold on to the Hero Crest, I don't even care. Alright, so... I think we're ready to begin the battle. Let's frickin' do this. There's no reward for saving allied soldiers. Okay, that's good to know. So these guys are essentially cannon fodder over here. And how about over here? Do any of you have range? You don't, but you do. Take a look at the enemies here. Look at that. That's, now, yeah, that's Zedard, but obviously that's also Hector's brother, who... Uther? Is that what his name was? From Fire Emblem 7? I can't remember off the top of my head. He's got a mithril sword, which is a custom item for this game. So, it's a steel weapon with a very low weight. Like, you look at that, that's an iron weapon's weight right there. So you give mithril swords to guys like, my Myrmidon. I can't remember his name again, damn it. And he's got a light brand, but that's it. So his weapons aren't overwhelming. Fornos' older brother, cruel, ambitious, and powerful beyond measure. Well, let's see the measure of this level 1 Dragon Lord. Oh wow, nice swordsmanship there, bud. Okay. Beyond measure is not the proper description for Zedard here. Like, I can measure him against my Gigachad and pretty much against my protagonist at this point. In fact, the first time that I played this map, I ended up beating him with Nadia. Because, you know, you look at his resistance, and, you know, if I have to choose between defense or resistance, I want to fight his resistance. And if I don't want to get hit by that mithril sword, then I'll attack from a distance, and if he's going to use a light brand, I mean, he might have good magic, but not nearly as good as his strength, so let's fight him, make him use his light brand, and hit him from a distance. Now, this is... Oh, who's the sword master? The sword saint. Carl, that's who he is. I mean, obviously not now, he's not Royce. A peerless knight in service to Zedard, loves battle above all, including honor. What skills do you have? Tower shield. Takes no damage against attacks received at range. That is an amazing ability right there. But we have an answer for that too. You know, alright, you don't fight at range? Fine, we'll just fight you right to your face. And what skill do you have? I didn't look at it. For every 4 damage taken, plus 1 to damage dealt. Okay, so, in other words, we are going to have to make sure that we finish him off quickly. Alright, so who do we want to send this way? Man, I should have moved Gigachad over here if we want to send him this way. Freya, let's have you cross the river. Are there any enemy archers nearby? Just that one dude, but I think we'll be fine. If we move you up here... Nobody can get you there. Okay, good. See, Elise, she's in danger if she moves over here. So... I think I'm gonna move Edric... Oh, hello. You guys can talk right now. Alright, fine. Damn, unless my eyes deceive me, Elise, we're totally outnumbered. You're saying this is though it's a new thing. Has this not been the case in every single map? Good. Good? If we're surrounded, that only means it'll be impossible for our attacks to miss. It's like, oh, we're surrounded? Good. That means that I'm less likely to miss, and I know exactly where my enemies are. Alright, let's set them all ablaze. Elise, look out. Boing. Oh, that stings. That's your death quote? Oh, that stings. His death quote is like he stubs his toe. A fitting end for a slinking assassin. Damn you, Edric. Look what you've done. Wait, what? I saved your... Yes, you saved my life and now I'm in your debt. I see through your little plots, Edric. My plot? At least there's no plot here. We're allies. We look out for each other. That's what makes us strong. My father's wits and the strength of his axe are all the strength he needs. You think so? The way I see it, Fenix's greatest strength is his ability to lead, not his ability to fight. You're wrong, but there's no time to argue. If you say so, lead the way, Elise. Okay, you know what? Normally I praise Vorgis, whose name, by the way, I finally wrote down so I could look at it and remind myself, because I've been embarrassed that I keep forgetting his name, and I'm so sorry, Vorgis, if you're watching right now. Please forgive me. Usually, I like your writing, bud, but this time around, Elise is like, damn it, you saved my life, and now I'm in your debt. It's like, well, I mean, if you're dead, debt ceases to mean anything, unless that debt gets passed off to your father, but, I mean, even then, you're dead, so what debt would your father owe? There's Fenix, by the way, so let's have a look at him. He knows he's destined for glory? Alright. Yeah, alright, that's pretty decent. Look at that. His leadership, +5. Okay, so standard leadership. How about his skills? Inspiration, and the standard shove. Okay. Inspiration's pretty good, I suppose. He's very much like my own captain here. Alright, so I've been looking at the map for more than 10 minutes now. I need to get stuff going here. There's archers over here, so I think what I want to do... Let's move Hilda. Well, are you range? No, you're not. Alright, I'm gonna move Hilda in, and let's have Hilda in this forest. Item, heavy spear, slim spear. Yeah, let's put on the slim spear there. And when it breaks, she'll be using her sword afterwards. I can work with that. Alright, so now we gotta get these other guys out of the range of the enemy. So let's go ahead and move our hero out here. Item... Go ahead, turn on the Iron Blade. I'm using up the blade because it was a weapon that I got early on, and I'd rather use an iron sword than an iron blade, but, you know, it's got extra weight to it, and eventually enemies will start to catch up with our speed, so now is the time to use the blade. And what do I want to do with Gigachad? Guys, steal lands, you will go down very easily, so you'll be nice fodder for Nadia here. Waboom, waboom. I leave Hilda all alone if I don't have Gigachad here with her, so alright, Gigachad, you will have Hilda's back. Let's put your Iron Lance on. Oh man, now all the ranged guys are gonna go for him. Damn it, I never think this stuff through, shame on me. Alright, well anyway, you can go over here, and now I can use this barrier staff at some point if I wanna. Oh, dear brother of mine, how many more will die before you give in? No matter, I'm happy to find out. Royce, Lord, any news from Brago? Rumors only. His so-called army of brigands is in disarray, scattered to the winds. I fear he's met his end. You're not surprised. He served his purpose. Who killed him? Some new mercenary captain, a student of Fenix of the Phoenix Blades. Then all is still safely in hand. Go, Royce. You have your orders. Burn it all down. The Lord, the battle should turn against you. It's safely in hand. All of it. Now go. Every breath I take, I am one step closer to my inheritance. Alright, so, I mean, you see him and he's got a pale, sickly complexion, so obviously, I mean, you could see that, he's sort of gross, evil. I mean, people can be sickly and not evil, but typically when it comes to the art style in this game, the sickly guys tend to be the evil ones. It's just how it is. Don't get mad at me. Ooh, another level up. That's right, because, dang it, no defense again. Last time, he beat the boss and almost maxed out his, experience bar. Ba-boom, ba-boom. And I'm just fast-forwarding all this combat. It's only going to get longer on the enemy's turn as the game goes on. Commander Phoenix! Edric's company has arrived from the south. They are engaging Zedard's forces. The kid pulled it off, did he? Then it's time to get into the fray. Let's move out and make those cowards bleed. Alright. Yep. Aw, man! The guy with the Armor Slayer lost to the Armor Knight. How embarrassing. Okay. So we just need to get into that village and get out before the enemy overruns it. First of all, that archer. Okay, that archer is just sort of stationed there at the moment. File, save game, state 2. And I'm curious to know what's in this shop here. Armory. Buy. Still no throwing weapons. I would like to buy a couple more iron lances, I suppose, but for right now, this takes priority. Let's visit real quick. I can't believe our liege lords, Fornis and Zedard, are waging war. My mother tells me they used to be very close. Something terrible must have happened to cause this. Here, take this idol. Please pray to the pagan. Oh, you filthy pagan. For peace. Got a goddess icon. I won't turn my nose up to it. Now, are any of these guys a legitimate threat? Not really. How about you guys over here? Yeah, that archer is uncomfortably close, but not close enough to be an overall concern. So for right now, Hilda holding her ground pretty well here. I'll use an iron sword. Nope, that's... I guess I'll just stick to this slim spear. Jab. And Gigachad, go ahead and take down this archer because he's annoying me. There we go. So these guys, they can't quite hit us from where they're standing at the moment. I think they would have gotten to the village had we not eventually gone into it. Alright, Edric. Mage over there might cause a slight problem. Unless, but if I move you there, will that general move in on me? No, he's just out of range. That guy can hit me, but... Oh no! That soldier has a longbow. I was thinking, okay, he's out of range, but no, he can hit me. Alright, so fine. Here's what I'll do then. Is that castle also... Oh, yes it is. Okay, fine. Okay, so I'll move next to this castle. I'm just out of the range of that archer. And let's turn on Thunder for just a little bit here. It's like, come and get me. I should have healed on that turn. Dang it. Alright, and Edric, let's just move towards that village. Could this mage just still hit me? If I'm in the lower forest, but I can't. Alright, fine. I'll just be there then. And let's continue to move Elise out of harm's way, because I don't feel like getting a game over from her dying. And this dude, I don't think she's in danger either. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and just move you into this castle. Alright, the enemies are going to continue to somewhat overwhelm our forces until the boss comes and reverses the slaughter. Man, these weak sauce level ups, I'll take them, I guess, since my main character is so overpowered at this time, and so is Gigachad. But, man, that's always disappointing when that happens. And it feels like it happens more than it actually does. Oh, right, so that mage was within the range of Edric. Dang it. So can I get that one dude with the longbow now? If I were to just go right up here, not without getting into range. Man, I'm gonna have to lure that guy out. I don't think that... Well, hang on. I could... No, I can't. Man. Alright. Nadia, I don't like doing this, but I can't have you going up against that archer right now, so let's just go ahead and cast... Oh. Yeah, no, let's go ahead and cast Thunder then. Ba-boom, ba-boom. And you're at 15, so... Would you be able to knock that dude out in one round? No, you can't. Okay. So, Edric, move in there, use your Iron Blade... Oh, Iron Blade's way inaccurate. Well, I'll tell you what, the Iron Blade is supposed to be somewhat better than the Iron Sword, but No, I mean, everything I've seen so far makes me think, no, let's just use the iron sword instead. That's why I've almost used it up. Alright, so you go ahead and finish that soldier off there. I know that this thing is near spent, but the slim spear can only be used for so long anyway. Gigachad, go ahead and finish that dude off. I don't feel like having his steel axe against her spear right now. And, yep, I'm gonna have you two just hold your ground for the time being. Actually, let's move you up just a little bit. Just slightly out of staff range. Oh well. And, yep, the enemy's sort of breached in here. Are they all gonna go for you? Can I risk Freya in battle right now? What does the Frost Lance do? That crit is really high because these non-allied soldiers do not count against the whole, if no allies are within 3 blocks, she'll do more crit, so... Maybe I'll do it just for funsies. Bit of a waste, but, she's at full health, she might as well see some battle, and hey, the gamble paid off, the crit worked. So, might as well use Freya with her stuff while she's at full hit points. Alright, that should do for this turn. Let's see what the enemy has to do against us now. So they're steadily making their way up there. And cast Thunder on him. Alright, good. He wasn't able to double us. Okay, the enemies are moving in. There's Gigachad at work. And that guy had a javelin. Hey, Phoenix has entered the fray. Let's see what he can do. Back and forth. Yeah, whatever. Combat. That's something I didn't like about, oh, come on. Something Dawn. The one that had Micaiah in it. Why can't I think of that right now? I had it last episode. There were a lot of maps in which there were a bunch of units that were moving and battling, and moving and battling, and moving and battling, and it was just units out of your control. All you could do was sit there for like minutes at a time just watching units fight. And it's like, I'm playing a game, right? I mean, I'm playing... Like, I'd like to think that when I play games, it is in fact me playing the game and not the game playing itself. So, somewhat annoying, but... Oh, wow. What are your defenses, dude? Defense 7, that's not that high. Why would Freya be doing so little damage against you? I don't know, even with crits, Freya's not looking too good against him right now. What I want you to do. If I move her into that shop, first of all, can that make us reach her? No. Guess we can continue using the frost. No, this is a dumb idea because he has 11 to attack, and if he hits twice, that's it. Freya's dead. So let's go ahead and save the game real quick because I almost forgot to do that. I'm going to move her out of range for now. Might as well preserve that frost lance in case I should need it against axe users later. I'd move her closer to him, but he's protected right now by that ranger. Bowman, whatever. Slim spear. Ba-boom, ba-boom. Yeah, I guess I could have moved her over here with this axe guy, but I'm not really seriously considering using Freya. She's got some nice stats early on, and this plus 10 critical, it's interesting, but interesting is not sufficient for me. I gotta resolve in my mind that, okay, if I really do mean to have a small fighting force, then I gotta pick and choose, and Freya just doesn't quite make the cut of the absolute creme de la creme, Alright, we need some healing. So go ahead, heal you, and now that Julia is in the line of fire, we gotta finish these guys off here. And so, let's go ahead, speaking of fire, there we go, there's some fire for you, line. Okay, so as long as I do that... Yes, that soldier has a javelin, so he can hit back, but that's fine. We're at full health now, and Edric's gonna move up, and... Let's see, I guess I could draw that guy. So that general will not come at me if I'm here at this point. And I am going to attack with the Iron Blade there. There we go. Oh, wow. One-hit kill. I guess if the enemy has low enough hit points and defense, you can get away with that. Very rarely will that happen in this game. Well, I guess in any Fire Emblem game, really. Just one hit, one kill, unless you've got a crit going for you. Alright, a lot of enemy attacks, a lot of enemy attacks. Fast-forwarding like this isn't really a very good idea, because you might suddenly get blindsided and not even understand what happened strategically, but... Alright. Lord Fornus, I bring dire news from the road back to the capital. Well, out with it. A band of cavaliers under the command of Sir Royce are setting fire to our supply convoy. They appear to be making a mad push to the capital. Damn. Zedart, have you no sense of honor? Very well. I will head off this attack. Commander Phoenix will lead here in my stead. Yes, Lord Fornus. And reinforcements. Alright, so they're coming from the south. Yeah, right now they can hit Julia, so I gotta be careful now as to what I do. Save game to state 2. They're axe users, so yep, let's keep that Frost Lance equipped. Actually, I should have checked to see if they had throwing stuff. They don't. Alright, so if I were to move out of their range, then they would attack Freya by default, and Freya could overcome them. Despite her being slightly lower on hit points, she does have quite a lot of avoidance, and she's got the exact right weapon. It's an Axe Reaver, so she should be about as well protected as possible, hit points notwithstanding. So, should I have these guys go towards the village? I need to take care of that longbow guy. Alright, I am going to use the broadsword. Boom, got a longbow. This is the only justification that archers have, in my opinion. Alright, and now these guys are more or less locked in here, unless they go around these mountain ranges. So this group here, let's just get out of the range of these brigands, and we should be alright. So you go into the castle. What do I want to do with you, Julia? I guess I'll put you up here for the time being. And Nadia... This is some nice free experience up here. Normally I'd say, Nadia, go ahead and visit that village. I can't pass up free experience, though. Go ahead and set fire to that dude. He can only do 4 damage with his javelin, it's fine. He would have otherwise used the javelin on Edric and made him use up more broadsword, so yeah, I'm glad I did that. Alright, meanwhile, over here... Alright, I'm feeling better about bringing Gigachad along to have Hilda's back here. Alright, Gigachad up here... okay, he's got the Iron Lance, that's fine. And what about you two? He's a Steel Axe user. So let's go ahead and finish this guy off with a sword, and then Mr. Steel Axe, if he tries to attack Hilda, he's in for some pain. Alright, that guy's attacking Edric, and speaking of in for pain, really shouldn't go up against a modified rapier with 81 damage. Holy crap, this broadsword doing work. Alright. Okay, I was gonna say, like, even if it is only hit 11, the fact that he does 10 damage, it's still not nearly enough, but it does trouble me just a little bit. Oh. Okay, I was gonna say, like, I didn't think that he could reach that far, but I wasn't thinking very hard at the time. Nevertheless, Elise was in about as good a position as I could have put her anyway. Okay. Oh, here comes the general. You want a taste of the broadsword too? Congratulations, you got a hit off. Goodbye now. Boom, another crit. I was tempted to fast forward, but as this was a promoted unit battle, you don't see a whole lot of these at this point in the game, so I did want to show it off a little bit. Speaking of show off, here's the boss. Aw, man. Not starting off too well, are you there, boss? I mean, I realize you had weapons triangle disadvantage there, but still. Oh, thank you, soldier, for attacking Nadia and sparing me a couple of broadsword uses, and also giving Nadia XP. Will this be enough to level up? Nope. What level is she, anyway? Alright, go on, boss. Give him a taste. He's got a Worm Slayer. He came ready for this battle. Alright, that's just lower tier teammates. All tracks lead here. Okay, so a new contender has joined the battlefield. Edwin playing mercenary. And in the middle of a battle, too. Well, yes, that's what mercenaries do. They thrive in the middle of battles. That's how they get paid. Well, might as well make myself useful. Then I can see about dragging him home. Donald's an essential character. Yeah, like 3/4, if not 4/5 of these are essential characters. So here's Donald, or Donal, or maybe I'll just call him Donald. A headhunter from Southwood. He's all business. Well, good thing he's on our side, huh? It's his skill. All traversable terrain costs 1 movement. Okay, so, you know, a ranger through and through. Ranger bow. A brave short bow. That's nice! A brave weapon. And only he can use it. So, you know, it's like, man, I don't really want to use any more units. What about Donald? He's got a brave bow, and only he can use it. It's like, okay, yeah, it's tempting, I guess. Let's see here. Okay, that guy's pretty hurt. How do I want to go about this? I really don't need Elise to be any stronger than she already is. So if I move Freya up here... That guy can't follow her. That's fine. Let's go ahead and feed Freya the experience. Boom. Okay, alright. I mean, she could have used more in those other stats, but, I mean, I'll take the stats that are already engorged. Oh. Better late than never. Alright, yep, Elise, you just sit tight. And who are we gonna have explore that village? I was gonna say Julia, but Julia should be healing right now. What's your level anyway? Oh, 14. Wow, okay. I wasn't really paying much attention, so Nadia, she's not really properly keeping up with her level, despite everything I've dumped into her. Damn it, Nadia. But let's go ahead and have a visit here. I kept saying I was gonna do it, and now I will. When Zedard was a younger man, he traveled to the Southern Isles. Since he's born out of wedlock, he's not owed an inheritance. Well, he sailed to the Isles to make his fortune and returned with a dragon. Tamed it himself, where 100 other men have died. Some say old Dork Dordred was so impressed, he told Zedard that he would be named heir over Fornas. Quite the rumor. Here, take this bow. It's mighty strong, but it won't hurt Zedard's dragon. It's not weak to arrows like a Pegasus. So why are you giving me a bow after talking about the dragon that the bow can't do anything against? You know, if I respected bows, I might have been happy about this. Alright, let's have Donald go ahead and speak to Edric. There you are, Edwin. Edwin! What did you just call me? Your name, of course. I've been hired to bring you home. Be silent. We're in the middle of a battle. Afterwards, we'll talk. Okay, so a bit of a sore, touchy subject for Edwin Edric here. Alright, let's see, supply... You know what, I'll just have you wait. Donald, I'm not going to use you. If I didn't use the archer at the beginning of the game, I'm gonna not use you either. Alright, so this guy's in a pretty good position. Oh, he's in a forest. Well, screw it. 2 can play at that game. Now we're both in the forest. And I have a 100% chance to kill you, so... Yep, best you could have done was do 8 damage to Hilda. Hilda doing work! Come on, Hilda! When I praise you like that, you can't go embarrassing yourself immediately afterward. Well, for all that, I mean, Hilda's still pretty decent for her level. Alright, and Griss, as predicted, he's sort of all alone by himself down here at this point. Haven't even visited that shop yet. I guess I might as well just keep having lagging his way after Hilda there. Did I save at the beginning of this particular round? I forget. Alright. Either of you... You have a killer lance. What is your range? Can you get to that? No, you can't. Can you get to that forest? No, you can't. can get to that fortress, but not the forest. I'll move you up one, and then that way I can move you to the forest in the next one. Yeah, but do I really want to send a sword guy up against a killer lance? Not really. Can you get to that forested area? No, you can't. Okay, fine. We'll both be in the forest. And let me go ahead and let's see if I can't use that iron blade to some effect against this particular defender here. I feel like I'm missing something. That guy's still there, but that's fine. He can't cause damage to my team this turn. Go ahead and end the turn. Okay, so the enemy's healing. That's fine. Now can you hit him twice? Yes, you can. Alright, so a little bit of use of the Iron Blade working out. Yeah. Alright, Phoenix, finally, getting in the kills. Alright, so I want to move Edric towards Phoenix so that they sort of meet on the battlefield before the end here. First things first, save. Okay, now, unfinished business. Let us finish it now. Frost Lance still doesn't do a ton of damage, even with all this, advantage that it gets, but let's go ahead and get those in while we can. Who do I want to give that goddess icon to? Yeah, I guess I'll give that to Nadia, too. I've been dumping everything into Nadia. Why stop now? Let's move you up here. And that guy has the Killer Lance, but I've got a Broadsword. But his Killer Lance can't even do that much to me. Yeah, you know what? Here, I'll give you a fair chance at hitting me with that Killer Lance. Go on, take your best shot. Okay, you got me. You just didn't crit me. So, there goes that guy. Now these other guys can break themselves upon me. Nadia... Yeah, let's go ahead and send you against this knight here. I think you're fine now. I don't see any other guys being able to do serious damage to you. Please get a nice level up. Alright, it's 3. I mean, I don't need it in those areas, but I will take it nonetheless. I'm almost regretting giving her that amulet that increases her resistance, but... I don't know. I mean, Hilda, her resistance and defense are roughly the same, so... Yeah, I guess she could have used it just a little bit more, but not a whole lot. Let's put Hilda there for now. I'll catch Gigachad up. What do I want to do down here? Anything else? Who's hurt? Who needs healing? No one really. I should have my units staying close together, so I guess I'll do that. If we suddenly get surprised out of nowhere, at least we've got a group that can defend itself for the most part. And turn. That's a really dumb idea normally, to have my main character just sitting out in the open in the middle of a bunch of enemies. Very poor strategy, except for the fact that he's got all this stuff going for him right now. Like, he's got such high stats that it doesn't even matter. And they're about to be engorged even more. Hey, nice! Defense and resistance, yes! It will all even out towards the end of the game, by the way. Will his stats be at their max? Yeah, but, you know, like when you're maxed out and you can't go any further, well, you know, the enemy is ready for that sort of thing at the end of the game. Like, you could be all maxed out and you still gotta be careful. Alright, boom, ba-boom. Alright, teammates doing work. Get him, Phoenix. Why are you wasting a Worm Slayer on that guy? Okay, let's go ahead and move towards my boss Phoenix there. Save state. Yeah, alright, I'll end my turn in this forest, it's fine. Wait, did you have a javelin? I wasn't paying attention. Yes, you did. How about you? You don't have a javelin. Alright, so Mr. Javelin guy, I'm just going to be on top of this peak over here. So, I got some pretty good defense going for me right now. Okay, he still got me. But, you know, defense 1, avoidance 30. Like, these guys can come at me. Let's see, can they get behind as well? No, they can't. How about you? Nope, you can't get in the area behind either. Okay, so let's just get the healer up here. There we go. Alright, so Nadia is pretty fortified at the moment. I actually encouraged them to try their luck against her. Keep those guys together, and I've been wondering what's inside this shop, so let's have a look. General store. So look how much cheaper the fire was. I said that it was like $840 or $940. It was actually $840, but that's still 300 more per fire than what it's being sold for here. So, yeah, let's go ahead and buy some more fires while we're here. Why not? Might as well. Okay. Got a bunch of fires. I'm feeling much better. And I think I might have Gigachad go to the store and buy another Iron Lance. Just one. Alright, let's see how the enemy reacts to this. Tear healing, yep. That's a strong steel lance right there. I'm glad that we healed ahead of time. Oh no, a fire broke. If only I had more. Okay, even in the fortified position, these guys are getting off their hits, aren't they? Oh, right, I have Thunder as the next tome that I attached there. So... man, bit of a waste of Thunder. Oh well. Alright, so those guys are all chasing after, Edric. Almost called him Edard for some reason. Dang it! This guy's right in the way. Do I want to heal you? Maybe... let's put Nadia up here, and... first of all, equip this fire. Let's not... well, no. I do want to have Thunder out because it'll have advantage against those mages, but use a Vulnerary, hold this ground right here, and those guys can get my healer. That's why I didn't want to keep her there, so let's back her up. Okay. And we're just out of range over here, so that's good. And let's get you back here. We'll have you wait. Did I forget to save at the beginning of this turn? I think I did. Oh well, hands off the chess piece now. If I have to redo 2 turns instead of 1, it's not the end of the world. Boy, everybody is hitting, jeez. My goodness. Well, that's what I get for not saving ahead of the turns. Alright, I'm still gonna move him over here. That hasn't changed, but maybe now I will equip the Broadsword. So if you guys want to hit me at range, then... well, every last one of those hits got me in that fortress. Like, it's a good thing I healed, but it still wasn't enough. Maybe if I go more aggressive... nah, I already tried aggressive, though. And Nadia's defenses just are not high enough. But what if I go for that peak, how many of them can hit me over there? Go for here, attack with Thunder. Here's what I'll do. Alright, Staff, let's try it this way this time. Use Barrier. So those casters, they were hitting me, and they were doing quite a bit of damage with their magic. But now that my resistance is up, I can afford to take a few physical hits, and as long as I don't also get hit by magic, we should still be okay. So, rather than attacking that mage, let's just go ahead and heal up, and I'm still going to have Thunder on me, so I don't get a disadvantage for the weapon triangle, but hold your ground there. That guy can't hit me, that guy can't hit me. These guys can, so they are in for a very hard retaliation this time. Oh, right, now I need to buy stuff again. Alright, tell you what, go over here, and let's just immediately buy that Iron Lance before I forget. And next time we'll buy from that shop. Alright. And I kept these guys together for some reason. Those guys can't hit me. Alright, end of turn. That was probably a better usage of this turn anyway, other than losing my broadsword. Where did you come from? Ah. Damn it. Yeah, people with a better mind than mine are like, how did you overlook that? and those guys are doing 0 damage to me now. Now that said, they were smart enough to go onto peaks, so, you know, my aim is less accurate against them now. Oh, jeez. Alright, nope, dang it, I put my healer in harm's way back there. That's no good. And Nadia still got a little bit hurt, but let's go ahead and first get rid of this cat. Let's first save, and then let's get rid of that Cavalier. My biggest regret that turn was essentially just losing a couple of my Broadsword usages. Alright. This mage can still hit pretty hard, pretty far, but let's go ahead and use a Vulnerary. That's what they're there for. Julia doesn't have a lot of high hit points, so good. You cannot hit anybody except for the person I want you to hit. Now, I turned on fire, and you have thunder, so you have advantage, but you know what? It's fine. We're gonna overcome you anyway. Alright, the boss is still there. If I just sit in this forest, he should come to me, right? Now, what can that guy do? He's got a steel lance. You know what? I'll let him come to me. And let's go ahead and bring out the Iron Blade, so yeah, come on down and attack me. I invite you to. Oh, right. And it's time to, buy a bunch of fires again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should do. That's a few less than last time, but it's fine. It'll be alright. Alright, you wait there. Alright, show me what you got. And that guy's coming for me again, that's fine. And you're attacking from the castle, very smart. But because I'm using fire, I have a little bit more accuracy, and I was able to use up that tome without having to discard it, so that was nice. And here comes Phoenix. Okay, save game. Alright, let's have a little talk with him, shall we? Hey, Phoenix. Well, well, the victorious captain arrives. Commander Phoenix, I'm pleased to report... No need. Your presence says it all. Brago is dead, and now we have a chance. Exactly. There's something you need to know about the battle against Brago. Save it, Edric. We've a war to win. Alright, so as predicted. Now, I can trade with him. And... I think... Yeah, let's do that. Let's have Edric use this Worm Slayer. Wait here, because Phoenix, level 5 hero, I mean, this is the guy to go against, Zedard, but, you know, I don't want him to have the experience, like, Edric here is almost ready to, top himself off. Though that said, I still want Nadia to get the finishing blow, so maybe I'll have Edric, like, do the opening shot and then have Nadia finish it off. Let's move Julia up here. No other bad guys in the vicinity, right? Not unless they pop out of these castles. Oh, I should have had her heal. I'll do that later. Oh, that guy's gonna, like, throw himself against the Wyvern Rider, or the Dragon Lord, Zedard here. Boy, if there was any reward for having allied soldiers still alive at the end... but there's not. So, alright, you go ahead and heal Nadia. And Zedard, his default weapon is this Mithril Sword. So, what happens if Nadia just launches right into it? I mean, she can't do a whole lot. Oh, okay, that can double. That's pretty nice. Maybe I should have Nadia start the assault. Save. Alright, begin the onslaught. So, these are the famous Phoenix Blades. I've been looking forward to this. Yeah, take that, Uther. Oh, 88 to hit, that's very nice. You know, I'm glad that Nadia has all that skill from that book I gave her. Yeah, skill is her highest stat right now, very good. Alright, let's just stop that there. Don't need my other teammates to jump in on this. Yeah, that's right. Use your light brand. Oh no. A boom. Oh, just one, huh? That's strange. Okay, I don't need this knight getting in the way right now, so If I use the... Oh, wow, that is gonna immediately kill him. Yeah, I do want Nadia to be able to soak up the EXP here, and I think she can. So, let's just continue with this. We ought to be fine as long as we stay on top of this healing. You know, watch this knight be the one to take him out. You know what? I'm going to include that in the video if that's what happens. Alright. Fire. I kind of like that, him just pointing his sword. Ooh, there's a crit rate of 2 on there. Like, not that it really matters, but still, it's like, ew, but what happened if he did get that crit right there? Magic and luck. Nadia, your level ups are so terrible. Alright, let's heal you back up. And I'm just gonna deliberately keep on holding back here. Go on, Zedard. Light Brand. Okay. Nadia's still doing work. Yep, this is how I did it last time, and I think I did it with Nadia last time because... Look at this goofball! Who's a hero? You're a hero! Hey, cool, we got to see that animation right there. Okay. Yep, he was a hero. He will be remembered, whatever his name is. Alright, save game to state 1. It would be probably more appropriate if Edric attacked him, or Phoenix for that matter. In fact, you know what? Let's do this. Here's what I'm gonna do. So I saved at the beginning of this state. Here. Give me that Wormslayer back for just a minute. Oh, whoops. Oh, okay, he lived through it anyway, that's fine. Okay, so what happens with the dialogue if these guys fight each other? I don't want to miss that with you guys. Could it be? You there, soldier. Do you lead these men? Zedard, I am Commander Phoenix of the Phoenix Blades. In the name of Fornes, true Dork of Westmarch, I've come to take you down. Your reputation precedes you, Phoenix. I know of your prowess. A shame you picked the wrong brother. Enough talk, Zedard. Will you surrender? And miss the chance to witness your moment of glory? Never. Boy, tell you what, you want to stroke a guy's ego, that's how you go about it. What are you... Doesn't matter. Raise your blade, Zedard. Boom! Look at that. Enough. I surrender. The fort is yours. Does he get any XP for being the one to finish? Bit of XP. Alright. So now what happens if Edric's the one who attacks him with this Wormslayer here? Nothing. Well, he gets a crit. Let's watch the crit. Ba-boom. Yeah, enough, I surrender. Fine. Okay, so back to the original plan. Heal you up, and also get a little bit of healing experience there. And Nadia, just blast him in the face. Whoop. Okay, you surrender, the fort is mine, very good. Okay, one last little bump of level, what have we got? You know what? Damn it, screw it. I've already killed this guy 3 times, what is one more? So this time he's going to attack Nadia. And now, what happens if she attacks on this turn? Not much of a better level up, honestly. But you know what? I'm not gonna keep, pounding this into the ground here. That guy has died 4 surrenders in 4 different timelines, so I guess we're just gonna be in this timeline for the end of this particular battle. Oh, by the way, looks like I end this with a Wormslayer on Edric here. Alright, Commander, we did it! Zedard's surrounded, and his dragon's flown away. I can hardly believe it. Ha! This victory will be studied by war scholars for centuries. The Phoenix Blades just made history! So the war is won? No, but Fornes' victory is inevitable. Edric, return to the capital and tell him. I will keep Zedard under guard until Fornes returns. Then we'll negotiate the final surrender. Yes, Commander. I'll move quickly and try to return here tomorrow with Fornes' reply. Father, you've won Fornes all of Westmarch. Yes, I suppose I have. Listen, about what we found in the mines. Literally, You know, later never comes. You notice that? Like, we keep saying, dude, we found something very dangerous in these... Just blurt out the fact, we found monsters in there! You know, it's zombies! End of the world stuff! Just blurt it out. Make it so that his ears heard this stuff. He could still put you off, but the back of his mind's gonna be like, wait, what did you just say? The battle has worn me out. I need time to think. Conquer a fort in the morning, be imprisoned in that very same fort in the evening. Life is funny that way, isn't it, Phoenix? Life's not funny at all, Zedart. Not for most men. I took you for a mercenary, not a scholar. But do go on. Why is life not so funny as I think? Life is a knife fight in the dark. A scramble up a ladder made from broken glass. Have I mentioned how awesome the dialogue in this game is? Okay, but not for you. You were born to luxury, raised in luxury, and then I started a war against my brother to foster that sweet luxury. That's what you were going to say, no? Exactly. You and I are not So we're always going to have some stereotypes that you and I are not so different, being the one here, apparently. I was not born to luxury, no. I was born to a barmaid after she was raped by my father, Duke Tordred. And this is the dialogue that mainstream Fire Emblem games would not give, because, you know, this is how you get kicked off of YouTube, or at least censored. You don't say the R word. She was shamed for having me. He was forgiven, nearly celebrated for it. Such is the kingdom we live in. Such is the world. Your mother's pain does not justify this mad grab for power. Power? I'm not seeking power, Phoenix. What was it you said? A ladder made of broken glass? I'm breaking the ladder. My brother thinks he deserves the Duchy of Westmarch for the same reason my father thought it fair to struggle snuggle a woman he found pretty. They are greedy fools who don't know how the world works, how it ought to work. You see it, don't you? You know how he is. So, you know, what is going through Phoenix's mind at the moment? How he kept, like, kissing up to the dork, and the dork saying, look, Phoenix, you know, you're loyal to coin. And while he's not wrong on that, that is what a mercenary is at the end of the day. I mean, how else is Phoenix supposed to rise up through the world? Like, at some point, you are just stopped by the ceiling of nobility. It's like, you're not nobility, you're never gonna be nobility, so why even bother to kiss up to me any further? So here, the bad guy, evil though he is, he has a point. Shut up. I have the means to break the ladder, Phoenix. So power only flows where it belongs, to people like you. So evil though Zedart is, I can appreciate meritocracy. Here we go again with that theme of, I don't know, relative morality. People who climb. All I need, moral ambiguity, is your help. You lie. And even if you had such means, I would never betray my employer for you. Let's remember this. You aid me here, Phoenix, and you will never have an employer again. I will give you everything you desire. What could you possibly give me that Fornes couldn't? Do you know how rich he'll make me? Forget gold, Phoenix. Let me out of this cell, and I will give you your deepest, darkest desire. You can see that he's making an impact on Phoenix here. Like, Phoenix is hesitating. He's been hesitating several times now. You see that ... ellipses there. He's thinking. Temptation wouldn't be powerful if it wasn't so darn tempting. I will make you the Duke of Westmarch. Oh, and that's it. End of chapter. Man, what an epic story we're seeing here. And you know where it's going, but I still want to see it nonetheless play out. Alright, thank you very much as always, everyone, for watching, and hope you'll be back soon.